Hi everybody, it's Laquita. Hope you all are doing well. We are on week 8 for our 52 tags handmade. And week 8 we are to use the bullion stitch, and we're making French knots. So I'm not doing a process video this week. I just decided to do this tag off camera and then share with you what I've done. So I've incorporated a couple of other stitches on here besides the two that Anne asked us to do. So the little stem, or the little curly vine that I have on there, is done in a stem stitch. And then the center of the roses or the flowers is the rosette rose stitch or wagon wheel stitch. And so in the center of that stitch, I've got a few beads in there. And then I've filled in the flower petals with French knots. And for the leaves, that's where I incorporated the bullion stitch. So as you can see, in the center of each leaf, there is a bullion stitch. And then going all around it are more bullion stitches. So what I did is I used my invisible pen and I drew the shape of my leaf on the fabric, and then you stitch the center bullion stitch, and then you fill in all around with the other bullion stitches. And then for the shape of the flower, I use the Spellbinders dies. This is the Rose Creation one, and I used this size and this size, and I just used them as templates to trace around them on my fabric so that I would have a guide as to where my flower petals were going to be. And then I just hand drew the leaves on there and filled those in after that was all done. And I did it on a linen fabric, and then finished it with this tiny little pom-pom trim that's going all around. So I have yet to finish the back of it, but other than that, it's all done, and that's my tag for this week. Also, the variation that you see in the color on there comes from the thread. So as you can see with this thread, it's got several shades of green, it comes all on one skein. Like I have one over here. You can see it's got several colors in there. Well, the pink was the same way, but I'm out of that one. I ran out of it. I barely had enough to get the two flowers done. And as I said, this was a relaxing tag for me. Doing all those French knots definitely calmed me down after the week that we just had here in Texas. So coming off of a week of freezing weather and power, off and on, and a lot of people had frozen pipes that burst, and so they have water damage in their houses, and it's just been a horrible, horrible week. And I believe just about everybody now has had their power restored, but so many have, water damage that's going to have to be dealt with. And also, drinking water has been contaminated, so definitely prayers needed for all of those who don't have access to fresh water right now. So that has been just a terrible week. I hope we don't have to go through that ever again. So that's why this tag was relaxing to work on. It was nice to have a warm home to be able to sit down. The things, that you take for granted, huh? But it was definitely nice to have a warm home and to be able to sit down and work on this tag to calm me down after that week. So thanks so much for stopping by and taking a look at my tag. Take care, everybody. Be safe out there. Bye.